Hi guys, welcome to today's session. Thank you all for your responses on yesterday. And yesterday's quiz question was to name the cess collected in India for the welfare of farmers. And it is Krishi Kalyan cess. That is the right answer. Now we will start today's session. First question. Under the minimum support price for minor forest produce scheme, who decides MSP for MFP? Option A, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Option B, TRIFED. Option C, Ministry of Agriculture. And option D, Ministry of Commerce and Industries. So guys, the correct answer here is it is option A, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. I hope all of you are aware about minor forest produce. It includes all non-timber forest produce of plant origin and includes bamboo, canes, fodder, leaves, waxes, dyes, resins, and many forms of food including nuts, wild fruits, honey, tesser, etc. And this is according to Forest Rights Act 2006. And this minor forest produce is a major source of revenue for people who live near forest. They form a major portion of their food, fruits, medicines and other consumption items and also provide cash income through sales. To obtain a fair price for this minor forest produce, government introduced minimum support price in August 2013. So it is designed as a social safety net for improvement of livelihood of MFP gatherers by providing them a fair price for the MFPs they collect. And the scheme was implemented initially in 8 states having scheduled areas as listed in 5th schedule of Constitution of India. And from November 2016 onwards, the scheme is applicable in all states. And this was in news recently as the central government has revised MSP, that is minimum support price for minor forest produce. And the MSP is the rate at which government buys produce from farmers and tribals. And the increased minimum support price ranges from 16% to 66%. And MSP for MFPs is revised once in every 3 years by pricing cell constituted by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. And this will offer much needed support to tribal gatherers in the view of exceptional and very difficult circumstances prevailing in the country due to COVID-19 pandemic. And the center has also asked all the states to speed up procurement operations, and the central government also created an online monitoring dashboard called One Then Monit Dashboard for reporting the procurement activities undertaken at the state level. And states have also appointed One Then Kendras as their primary procurement agents for MFP. So that is about the scheme. Now we'll move to second question. Second question is with reference to capital to risk weighted assets ratio, CRAR, consider the following statements. Statement 1, it is a measure of amount of a bank's core capital expressed as a percentage of its risk weighted asset. Statement 2, it is decided by Ministry of Finance. And which of the above statements is are correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, and option D neither 1 nor 2. So guys, the correct answer here is it is option A 1 only. It is decided by RBI, not by Ministry of Finance. Let's see what is capital risk weighted assets ratio. It is also called as capital adequacy ratio, and it is the ratio of a bank's capital to its risk. Here we will break this into 3 parts. One is capital, second one is risk weighted, and third one is assets. And for a bank, what is an asset? See, for a bank, its deposits are its liabilities, which means deposits have to be given back to the customers when they demand. But assets are mainly loans given, because loans give income to bank. Here loans are to be repaid by the customers, and also loans are giving income in terms of interest. So assets equal loans. Now what? Banks are giving different types of loans, namely agricultural loans, real estate loans, gold loan, business loan, education loan, and also banks are giving loans to government in terms of government securities. So the process here is RBI will fix a risk weight to each sector of loans. For example, for loans to government, the risk is 0 because it is managed by RBI only, hence it will definitely get repaid. And for real estate, the risk weight may be say 100, a higher risk rate. And for gold, it may be 200, much higher risk rate. Likewise, each sector will be assigned by a risk weight by the RBI. So the loan amount you have to multiply with the risk weight, that is risk weighted asset. For example, if the total real estate loan given by a bank is say 1000 crore, then you multiply the risk weight of real estate, that is 100, with this 1000 crore, and that is the risk weighted asset of real estate. Now we will see what is capital to risk weighted assets ratio. Here the capital is in numerator and risk weighted asset is in denominator. Here the capital we are talking about is those money which is not used by the bank, something that bank is using as a reserve. So here RBI will fix a capital to risk weighted asset ratio. Now for every bank in India, that ratio is 9%, mainly for scheduled commercial banks. And if a bank go below this 9%, it will be blacklisted and actions will be taken under prompt corrective action of RBI. So for a bank to maintain this 9% ratio, two options are there: either to increase the numerator, that is capital, or to decrease the denominator. But increasing the capital is not a good thing. Why? Because this is going to be unused, because capital has to be kept as a reserve. Then what the bank will do is it will try to reduce the denominator, means it will limit the loans. And other option with bank is it will give maximum loan to government securities because the risk is zero, or it will give loan to those sectors where the risk is minimum. So the entire idea of this capital risk weighted asset ratio is it can be ensured that certain sector will not get loan above a certain limit, which means banks will not go for risky lending. So that is the concept of capital risk weighted assets ratio. And few other facts: the Basel III norms stipulated capital to risk weighted assets ratio as 8%, but in India, scheduled commercial banks are required to maintain a capital adequacy ratio of 9%, and Indian public sector banks are emphasized to maintain a capital adequacy ratio of 12% as per RBI norms. And guys, today's quiz question is: there is one Bank of International Settlements which works with this capital adequacy ratio and all. So the question is where the Bank of International Settlements is located. So identify the location of Bank of International Settlements. Please post your answers in the comment section. We'll now move to last question for the day. Max 4028, recently seen in the news, is option A, computer network protocol, option B, supercomputer, option C, pesticide, and option D, wheat variety. So the correct answer here is it is wheat variety, option D. Recently, scientists from Agarkar Research Institute, ARI Pune, have developed biofortified durum wheat variety Max 4028. And ARI Pune is an autonomous institute under Department of Science and Technology. Here, biofortification is a process to increase the concentration of nutrients in crops through both conventional plant breeding and genetic engineering. And as we said, it is a durum wheat variety. Durum is a kind of hard wheat grown in arid regions, and it is used to make pastas. And durum wheat is the second most cultivated species of wheat after bread wheat. And Max 4028 is a semi-dwarf variety which matures in 102 days and has shown superior and stable yielding ability of 19.3 quintals per hectare. It is resistant to stem rust, leaf rust, brown wheat mite, etc. So it will be helpful for farmers also. So that is it. That's all for today, guys. We'll meet tomorrow with another set of questions. Please post answers to the quiz question and your scores in the comment section. Thank you for watching.